So, DwarfCorp. This is a game along the lines of Dwarf Fortress, Dungeon Keeper, Minecraft. We start out with a company of 5 dwarves, different trades, and we set out to make our fortune. These guys are employees, meaning I've got to pay them, promote them, that sort of thing. It sounds about right. The dwarves are all about the monies. So this dwarf I've selected here is an axe dwarf. I'll bring up the stats panel here. We can see that he is called Rel Etten Tracker, who likes to clean thumbs and is interesting. He is an axe dwarf, which means that I can order him to chop stuff. He's also one of my main fighters, but now the game doesn't throw many hostiles at me, so he can chop wood, drag selection rectangles over the foliage, and set about creating an ecological disaster. AWSD moves the camera around. If I hold shift and wiggle the mouse, I can rotate it too. As I just run around and drag over bits of foliage in the area, the dwarf will run between them, chop them down, and then later gather up the wood and other resources that pop out. Here's some berries from the berry bush. In the meantime, back to selecting dwarves. These are my miners, my main diggers. If I click the mine button down the bottom and click on this coal, for example, they'll run off, hack it up, gather it up, throw it into my stockade here, the stockpile. Yeah. I'll get a bit of coal to start with, as that'll be useful later. Is there any other coal nearby? It's not too far off, I'll grab that. Oops, there's some more. Oh, there we go. Right, now run back to the stock and throw it in. If I click on this cliff face here, we'll dig into that. Now I want to dig into the cliff face, so I need a bit of view. If I move the mouse over that layer, what's in that layer, the Q button will let me snap straight to it, hiding all the layers above. I can now drag straight into the mountain face. There the miners will go. We'll dig out a room next to the corridor I've ordered. Connect it up. Another room next to that cell. And connect the two. Unlike my axe dwarf, who leaves resources just sitting around, the miners are gathering up the stone that they're harvesting as they go. The axe dwarf will later come and pick up all the stuff that's been chopped. If I press the E button, I can reveal the layers above. So Q to snap to a layer, E to reveal all layers. If you want to just micromanage, you can hold control and use your mouse wheel. Slice up and down through the world. Getting those wood and apples and berries. Dwarves get hungry over time and will gather up food from the stockade to eat. Unfortunately, apples, which are a fairly new addition to the game, currently do not lower a dwarf's hunger. They'll eat all of your apples and still want food. They sell for good money though, so you might even consider making an orchard of the things anyway. Auto-saving pauses the game. It doesn't appear to be paused down here, but it is, and I need to pause and unpause it before it'll carry on. Miners will dug out the 2 rooms. I'll then return to the stock. Throw some stuff in. So with my builder over here, let's get him to work. Q button to jump to the layer. Let's make a pretty floor inside the fortress. Beautify it a bit. Go to floor. Go to tile. Tile requires stone. 1 stone for every tile. Lay it out. He grabs a stone. Starts laying the slabs down. Nice and easy way to make a floor. But truthfully rather inefficient. The stone in the floor is getting replaced by the blocks he's placing down. And you run out of stone very quickly if you try to build floors in this way. Not a good way to do it. Instead, if you want to make floors, it tends to be much more efficient to get your miners to dig out the blocks. So we'll dig out, whoops, right click to cancel. We'll dig out all the floors. This way they're actually getting the stone from the ground, which they'll take back to the stock. Might make this room here a little larger. Click on the bottom. You can also use Alt and the mouse wheel to go up and down the layers when selecting. Right click to cancel. That stuff should have been flagged, I'm not sure why it wasn't. And now the stock's filled up with wood, I guess. Okay, so take the builder and build blocks. I should place some tiles down in here. And I'll use some cobble for the pathways, why not? So by digging out the floor before placing blocks to make a new one, it's much more efficient in terms of stone use. Miners. I'm going to want to make another room.
Yep.
To act as a storehouse. Whoops, night time, and the dwarves go to sleep. Because there's no beds, they just sleep where they lie. They don't like doing it, it affects their happiness, but it works. So, storeroom. Nice big area. If we use the mouse wheel, Alt and mouse wheel, you can go up a layer and make it 2 blocks higher. Up bright and early, no breakfast, straight to work. In the meantime, the builder's making our nice lovely floor. Have to unpause the game. Right. Let's queue up some more jobs for the builder. So, what I'm going to do with these rooms, we will build some objects inside them. The objects I'm interested in are torches to start with, I guess. These require fuel in the form of coal. Other things can be used as fuel later, but for now we've just got coal. I'll stick torches in each of the corners of this room. And this room. And some beds. 4 wood per bed, craft. If we use R and T, we can change the rotation that we placed along. Click, 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 rotate, rotate, click, click, click. In this room we'll put some tables and chairs for the dwarves to eat at. Click, 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 click. There's some chairs. Note that whenever I try to craft something, I'm first asked what I want to make it out of. I've only got wood available for chairs and for tables and for beds. For now we can only make these things out of wood, but that's fine. Trade envoy. So a dwarf has come and has offered to trade with us. For now he doesn't really have anything I'm too interested in except money, lots and lots of money. I need that to pay my dwarves. So I'll sell him some wood. If I click on my wood I can add it to the trade window. I can do it faster by holding shift. That'll do for starters. So that wood is worth about 560 dwarf bucks. I don't want to just give it to him though, so I'll ask him for 560 dwarf bucks. He's not going to accept this trade, it's in red. He wants to make a profit of at least 140 dwarf bucks. So say I knock 140 off, leaving 420. Then the profit he needs changes, which makes no sense, but hey, whatever, apparently he's happy with this. So, trade. Goodbye. And the trade has run off. The money goes to one of my dwarves who has to drop it into the treasury here before it'll appear at the top. You can see that now some torches are in, it's a little easier to see inside my little cabin. Unfortunately the builder is not bright enough to just collect all the resources required and get to work. He's got a huge inventory capacity, he can carry lots of stuff, but he's going to run back and forth to the stock, gathering items just a few at a time. In the meantime, if I use control to scroll up a layer, we can see that this nice large chamber is 2 blocks high, taking shape nicely. So I guess I'll use the zone button to order a stockpile in here. Click and drag it out over the floor. Dwarves, when idle, tend to like to sit on the chairs in the common room. Speaking of which, I seem to be missing a chair order. Did I not place it? I can't recall. Craft a chair. Place there. So the stockade has been built, and in theory the dwarves should have inventories filled to bursting point because they can't drop into this one anymore. Or can they? It looks like there's a space in the corner there. On theory, when this stock fills, this stock should start to be used. I'll get this axe dwarf back to work, shall we, and see if we can do that. E button to reveal all those. Go back and go to chop, and chop that, and chop those. Chop all that stuff. Chop those berry bushes, chop those trees. Chop everything in that mountain. Dwarves are good climbers. Climbing up this volcano, actually. Yeah, look at that. Scaling just about any cliff is no problem for a dwarf, so long as there aren't any overhangs. They can pretty much go wherever you want them to. Okay, all that. And all that. More stuff too. So that should keep my axe dwarf busy for a while. Right, miners. Let's terraform a bit. We'll dig through this dirt on the surface, shall we? Click on that edge there. We'll drag out everything on that top layer. Get rid of the stone that was underneath as well. All the tables and chairs are done. Holes. Unfortunately, sometimes dwarves will refuse to use new stocks, and you just have to keep building stock after stock until they find one they like. But it looks like this stock is acceptable. Which is good. Okay, so click on the builder, place some blocks, place some dirt. Drag some into that ditch there. Fill that area up as well. Give myself a bit of a lawn. More dirt there. More dirt there. As the dwarves get hungry, they go to the stock, pick up some food, grab it, take it to the chairs to eat it. Oh, that's right, we made a bit of a hole here as well, didn't we? Let's place some dirt and fill that back in. That's a bit better. What's that block? Go and get the miners, shall we? Button to reveal all. Dig out that little eyesore. Right, so we want to get ourselves self-sufficient. We shall build a farm. We shall till the soil all throughout this area here. Builders and miners can do this, but axe-dwarves can't. Obviously you need to do it on dirt, which is, oops, sleep time. The axe-dwarf is keeping busy. Mining jobs, and I think building jobs, are automatically interrupted when dwarves want to sleep. But gathering and chopping jobs apparently are not, so this dwarf's going to run around all night. I'll advance time as fast as I can get it. He's going to be a hungry and unhappy dwarf when he's finished. But with any luck I'll have lots of food and a nice warm bed for him. When he's done. When dwarf gets hungry, that will send him home. Don't eat apples, don't eat apples, don't eat apples. Berries actually work. Now what do you think you're doing? Throwing stuff into the stock. Okay. So tilled ground can later be used to plant things, and you can plant just about anything. Trees, wheat, berries, Trading time. I'll have all your mushrooms, I think. Do I have anything to sell? I guess I'll sell some wood. And I guess I can make 400 out of that. Apparently they'll accept that. Yep. You'll find different trading partners as the game goes on. Oops, it's raining. As the rain comes down, we get patches of water. These then evaporate and disappear. In some maps you might get snow, which has to be manually mined away. Right, niggles are all idle again, so let's plant some stuff. Some things only grow above ground, some things grow underground. We'll plant some berries on the surface. Okay, those over the area. We'll plant some cacti. And some wheat. And some apples. And that accounts for all our farmland. As the dwarves plant the resources, we get the little miniature plant symbols appearing. These will turn into full-sized vegetation later. Which can be harvested back up, replanted and so on. That'll give the dwarves something to eat. And spare resources to be sold. Mushrooms, I'd have to make an indoor cave. Till that and plant them there. Other things the builder can make are resources such as trinkets, and we can put gems onto trinkets. But to make these, they're all greyed out. I need to have more objects in the world, like an anvil or a forge. So the more you make, the more you're able to make. That about covers the basics of the game, I feel. Digging into the hillside, I'd find far more resources, gold, gems, magical energy, which I can use to create more stuff. And once I'm entirely in the riches, I'll be able to sell to the trading partners, make a big heap of cash. Back in the day, the game used to be a fair bit more difficult. You'd routinely have monsters spawning overnight who'd rush out and slaughter poorly defended dwarves. But at the moment, just about everything on a map is friendly until you start digging down to the lower areas. There are cave systems in here filled with spiders and scorpions and who knows what other monsters. They won't bother you unless you go looking for them. So get your dwarves set up nicely first before you dig out too far and explore. But yeah, that's the basics of the game. Have fun.